Hey everybody, Walt Merrill here from Shepherding Outdoors. I just want to show you this dirt that I'm turning up. I'm out here, I'm gonna plant, this is a big circle. My wife accused me of making a big crop circle, and like I was gonna try to commit some master mischief and make a crop circle and convince everybody that aliens had landed out here. No, I'm actually just gonna make a beautiful ring of zinnias and sunflowers for people to enjoy. I have found it's really weird. As the older I get, the more I like flowers, and the more I like dirt, and the more I like agriculture. The more I don't know. Maybe it's the rewarding quality of seeing something come from nothing, so to speak, or maybe it's the redemption value of seeing the flower bloom from a seed. I don't know. But it's something that gives me great satisfaction and great joy. And I love to look out over a field of flowers and just see all the different colors, especially zinnias. But I'm always awestruck by this field. My friend Dave Maureen, you can look him up. He used to work for the Nature Conservancy, which for years and years did a really good job of conserving vital pieces of land for the public and for future generations to enjoy. My friend Dave Maureen worked for them. He wrote a book called Good Dirt. I don't think it's in publication anymore. You might find one at a secondhand store on eBay. It's a great book. It's been a long time since I read it, but I'm reminded as I'm out here in this field, you see how black that dirt is? I don't know if y'all can see that. Look right here. Here's some right here. It is black as black can be. There's a little bit of sand in there, but not much at all. Most of that. Now look here in Alabama, we have a lot of red clay dirt. We have a lot of sandy loam dirt. We have a lot of brown dirt. We very rarely have black dirt. And this black dirt's here because we're in a river bottom, and this land here floods probably, every 25 years or so. And so it silts in really nicely with sediment from the river, and then we just keep moving on. So, but it's good dirt. And it's dirt that I know is going to be fertile. And I know when I plant these zinnias and these sunflowers that it's going to do amazing things. As a matter of fact, I want you to just look. Every year I plant this field in oats and wheat and some other green, because I like the green in it. And just look at how full and lush it is. And this is all because it's good dirt. And so I was kind of awestruck here, and I just had to spend a few minutes sort of thinking about good dirt, and I wanted to share with you. Let me pick up a little bit more. I wanted to share with you just a few thoughts about good dirt. You see, our children, our marriages, our workplace, they're all rooted in something. People are rooted in something. I hear people say all the time, I'm not voting for a Christian politician because I don't want the way he votes, the way he runs government to be based on his Christian beliefs. But let me just tell you, like, everybody is rooted in something. And what I want for my children, what I pray for them, y'all hear that woodpecker? That's a pileated woodpecker. Did you hear it? It's an endangered species, or maybe a protected species. They're beautiful birds. They're as tall as my arm with a big bright red head. Maybe he'll fly up here and see what we're doing. But anyway, I want my children, I want my marriage, I want my workplace, I want it all to be rooted in good dirt. And what is that good dirt? Well, to me, it is Christian values and Christian faith. I mean, I don't know how much better you can get than the core tenets of your faith to be love God and love others. I mean, it's just that simple. And so I've raised my girls. Hannah and I have raised our girls. Hannah and I have committed our marriage to love God and love each other, and love God and love others. And so I promise you this. My kids aren't perfect. My marriage isn't perfect. In fact, Hannah and I, we probably fight more than we should, truth be told. And the girls, they backtalk more, and they make stupid decisions more. And they look, we are just a regular old family. Luckily, nobody's in prison, and luckily, nobody has a black eye. How about that? And so, not that we hit each other, but just making a joke. Here's what I know, is I know my girls love each other. And I know that if Bay called Kate right now and said, I need you, that Kate would get in her car and drive 8 hours to where Bay was. And I know that they know that we love them, and we would do the same for them no matter where they were, what their circumstances were. And that is because we have raised them in good dirt. We planted them in good dirt. We planted our marriage in good dirt. I try to run my office in such a way that it is rooted in good dirt. Everybody has dirt they plant in. Luckily for us, the dirt we plant in is of our own choosing. You know, it's not like a field. I just happened to look up and this dirt here in this field is great. And that was just pure luck. But it could have been a big old plot of sand. And sand is sort of not the best growing apparatus for most vegetation. And so it would be very little I could do to fix that sand. But such is not true about the good dirt we plant in life. And so let me just challenge you, friends. What dirt are you planting your family in, or your marriage in, or your workplace, or your relationships, you know? I mean, if you're planting them in the dirt of, say, drinking all night long and going to the strip clubs, probably just going to grow some weeds, and they'll probably die pretty quickly. But if you're planting them in the dirt of spending quality time together, maybe rooted in faith and dinner at the table, how about that? There's something a lot of people don't do anymore. Sit down as a family once a day for 30 minutes and have dinner together. That's good dirt, okay? You and your wife, don't ever stop dating. Go on a date once a month. Hannah and I had a date last night. That's good dirt. At work, buy your employees lunch. Or if you're the employee, buy your boss lunch for some other reason other than sucking up. Pray together. Ask people how they're doing. Smile. That's good dirt. You know what? Above all else, pray and be grateful and thank the Lord that He has provided no matter what your circumstances are. That's good dirt. And this is good dirt too, right here in this field. And I hope maybe these few minutes of talking have been good dirt to you too. If you ever get a copy of Good Dirt by my friend Dave Maureen, be sure to read it. It's a good book. And you can also, don't forget, you can be sure to, I always forget to tell people this, subscribe to this channel. Hey, I do this about once or twice a week. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes it's good dirt. Sometimes it's not. I just usually just kind of go with what I'm inspired to say. I don't write a script. I don't have any notes that I'm looking at. In fact, my hands are filthy dirty. And I just happened to be riding around this tractor looking at how good this dirt was and thought, you know what, I got a few things I need to say. And so I stopped and I just started sharing. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to this channel. Share the video with some of your friends. And check up, you know, come back around and check for more, because I do this once or twice a week. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that whatever field you're planted in, you're growing some fantastic crops. Take care.